All right. Good morning. Today is Monday, January 6th, 7:20 in the morning. Technically, I have a couple of teacher meetings, but they don't start till a little bit later, so I thought I'd quickly do the puzzle with you guys today. We're going to do connections, and then the mini crossword, and then we'll do the Wordle, and then two favorites that not everybody plays, which is the Strands and then letterboxed, which you can see in my graphic that I made over the weekend, and they conveniently make a nice little rainbow. That was not on purpose. That's just the order that I do them, and then their theme colors from the logo happen to make a rainbow, which is very clever. All right. So let's dive into connections today. In the connections, we are trying to make 4 groups of 4. So let's see if anything stands out to us here. Blanket, boot, breeze, rum, picnic, pant, umbrella, pie, heaven, arse, A-R-S, ars. I don't know. I don't want to say a bad word there. ABC, general, broad, gasp, butt, puff. Interesting. Not a ton came out all of a sudden. I did see general, broad, blanket, and umbrella. Could be. Let's see. Okay, catch all. That is the green. Let's see what else comes out here. Puff, pant, heave, and gasp. You're out of breath. All right, we might get these in order today. What else pops out? Boot. Get the boot. Get the pie. Rum. Pirates rum. Red rum. What is this one? ARS. Sounds like the end of a word. Cars. ABC. Miss American Pie. Huh. I don't know how these are related. Well, your butt, your arse, your rump. It's all different words for your butt, but it's missing a letter. Rump. Booty? No way, really? You're kidding. Synonyms for rear end minus the last letter. How did I see that first? Oh my gosh. Arse, booty, butt, rump, missing the last letter. That's pretty funny. Okay, picnic, ABC, breeze, and pot. You know, it's funny. I was like, oh, I don't want to say that word because, somebody on the other side of the pond is probably listening. Oh, that's too funny. Metaphors for easy things. All right, the blue category. I said, hey, we're probably going to get these in order, but we got them a little bit out of order. That's okay. Metaphors for easy things. Easy as ABC. It's a breeze. It's a picnic. And it's a pie. Oh, that's too funny. Okay, awesome. Well, we got that. Let's do the mini crossword. And we're going to start playing And we're going to click that button right there. There we go. Now we can see it well. Look at that. All right. Notification. Blank notification, which is an alert on a phone screen. That sounds like maybe a push notification. Stocking stuffer. But it has a question mark on the end, so it's not just, the obvious answer. It's maybe a gag answer. It's a not so obvious kind of silly answer. Like a stocking stuffer might be your foot, like a shoe. No, the shoe goes on the outside. Heel, toes. I don't know. We'll come back to that one because that's going to be kind of a silly answer. Hunter with a famous belt. That sounds like Orion, the hunter. Gas used to infuse some beer and coffee for short. That sounds like carbon dioxide. We'll have to come back to that. To infuse beer. Oh, and coffee, though. I don't know. We'll come back. 18-wheeler. Truck. Big rig. Semi? Maybe semi. Home of Notre Dame Cathedral is Paris. Join forces to unite. A tempest is a storm. World capital whose name means between two rivers in Vietnamese. It's Hanoi, but I don't... Hanoi? Hanoi. I think that's how you spell it. Child with a Roman numeral after his name. Okay, let's do these across ones because these are popping out now. Stocking stuffer is Santa. He is the stocking stuffer. And then gas used to infuse some beer and coffee for sure. Oh, this was an answer about a month ago. Oh, they're duplicating answers. Sam, you're falling apart, man. Sam Azarski writing these. I guess he edited them. Winaloo. But Nitro. Okay. All right, let's go through them again. Certain notifications, which are alerts on a phone screen. That's a push notification. Stocking stuffer, that's Santa. The hunter with the famous belt is Orion. Nitro is gas used to infuse some beer and coffee for short. Nitro. That was an answer about a month ago. So usually they try not to duplicate answers pretty quick one after the other, but I think a month is too soon, guys, if you're listening in. An 18-wheeler, another name for it. I was thinking of all the different names for it. I came up with semi. Home of Notre Dame Cathedral is Paris. To join forces, to unite. A tempest, might be a storm. And then world capital whose name means between two rivers in Vietnamese. Hanoi. I was thinking... It's pretty self-explanatory spelling. I just couldn't remember how to spell it. And then a child with a Roman numeral after his name, perhaps, would be a son. James the Third. Awesome. All right, that was the mini. Now let's do the Wordle. And we'll play just like that. Okay, so you know the drill. We come up with a 5-letter word. And then I come up with a second non-intersecting word, maybe even a third one. And then if the word kind of starts to come out, then we try and guess it on the rest of the guesses. Let's come up with... drive. Okay, there is an R and there is an I. about plays? Oh, there is a P too, and an S. Great. Okay. Let's maybe come up with one more non-intersecting word, because a little while ago, actually, was that yesterday or the day before, I was doing the puzzle, and I tried to come up with a guess on the third, and I ended up kind of regretting it, because I then tried to come up with an intersecting word on the fourth, and I'm like, okay, at this point, we're just, wasting guesses. So let's see what comes out if we go... Nope, that's a... Not a word. If I can nail down just that last letter. How about a CK word? Funko. Felt. None of those letters. Okay. All right. Well, that pins it down pretty well. Maybe we ought to start guessing at it. Because if it's not a P word, it's not a PR word. Maybe it is an R word. 2 days ago, the word was an R word. Relax. Okay, and we have also used up all of our vowels. Including Y. There's not an O. There's not an E. There's not an A. There's not a U, but there is an I. Now it could be one of these, one of these letters at the bottom here. Now I'm guessing that it's SPR. It might not be. Sprig? Could be Sprig. SPRIG. Oh, we can play an I. We need an I. And it's not in a bad place. I don't know. Let's find out. No way. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that's pretty remarkable. That's pretty remarkable. Okay, we've never got it on the first or second, and that's okay. That's totally fine. We've gotten lucky once on the third. Usually with my strategy, if I'm able to whittle down, what words it might be with just simply, the non-intersecting words, I come up with, 2 of them, 3 of them. Usually if I get 3 of them, I'm okay. By the 4th, I'm like, okay, there's not very many letters left here that I can make words with. If it's given me all those letters. And today there was only one vowel. All the other vowels were taken up. So I was like, maybe it's a double. Here, let's go to it. Maybe it's a double I, because, the A and the E and the U and the O, I'm like, there's only an I. So there's either 2 I's and it connects 2 different places, or perhaps it's one of those letters, kind of a conjunction of multiple consonants together. So we started with just the word drive. I like coming up with just whatever word and then kind of dealing with the consequences. And then the second thing is coming up with a non-intersecting word, which gave us the P and the S. And then I tried a third non-intersecting letters word, which ended up being fount. But that didn't help us at all. And by not helping, it did help, actually. And I think we did okay trying to figure that out on the 4th one. So if all of these had to kind of get rearranged to be, the R can't be in the second, the P can't be in the first. I almost had it. Like if you just shift all these over one, S-P-R-I. And the only thing that made sense here was adding a G on the end, and that was it. And if it wasn't it, maybe we had to rearrange the letters, but we did okay. Awesome. Let's do the strands. Sure love the strands. I love, kind of these unique puzzle themes. In neutral. So this could be car terms, right? You're in park or you're in neutral. Or it could be something completely different. It's about neutral things like gray. I don't know, kind of these not eccentric things, like not eccentric colors or flavors or something. I like starting off in the corner. In neutral, like shell, eggshell. Wait, oh, there is a G. Ooh, wait. Eggshell. Okay, I think these are just neutral, like maybe colors. Just lots of things that are kind of blah neutral. How about ivory? Oh, ivory, if I can spell. There we go, ivory. How about off white? I see off-white there. I also kind of see the word champagne in here, don't you? Oh, I went the wrong way. P-A-G-N-E. Champagne. In neutral. Cream. L-A-L. I was going to say like lilac, but that's not very neutral, is it? So that's got to be either the beginning of a word or the end of a word. My edits, most cars. Hey, good morning. Good morning. We're figuring out the puzzle together. Oh, here's one. Linen. N-E-N, linen. Oh, I see. We were on the right track with that one. White, off, whites. We just had to put an S on the end. That's the spangram. That is the spangram. Oh, I see it. Vanilla. Vanilla. And we didn't even use our hint today. We did not even use our hint today. That's awesome. Cool. So I saw the word hell there. I was like, what the heck is that? What? And then I saw egg shell. And I thought, oh, maybe it's these neutral tones. Eggshell. And then some others came out. Ivory. Then I thought I saw champagne here, kind of this mix of letters, and there it is, champagne. And I saw cream. And then I saw linen. Here's the spangram, off-whites. It was funny, I saw that one earlier, but I was like, wait, off-white, I see it. And then I just had to add an S to the end, off-whites. And vanilla at the end. Hey, not too bad. We were cooking through these puzzles today. We're going really fast. And I'm going to click that one, and then I click this. Cool. So letterbox is a fun one if you've never played. You are trying to span across each of the sides to make words. And we have to do this one, looks like in 5 words. which is pretty doable. It helps if you have a longer, more verbose vocabulary. You can't use two letters that are on the same side, one after the other. You can span across and then span back, but I can't do, like, say, an ER word, because they're on the same side. I would love to do maybe an ED word. Let's kind of familiarize ourselves with the puzzle a little bit. So MBK, 3 consonants, WYN, R, let's see, ARE. Oh no, I'm going to start coming up with the ARE words. I know it. It's like, don't think of a pink elephant, right? You think of one. E and then R, so I can't do ER words. And then A, and then DOI. Oh, like doing. It's also helpful to think of what's not there. There's not a G, so I can't do ING words. There's not a T, right? Like TY at the end. And I like to think of what are maybe some little more challenging letters that you don't see as often. How can we get those out of the way? Like, for example, there's a K, but there's no C. So, like, I can't do a CK word. It might be smart to get the K out of the way first. I can't double letters either, so I can't say, like, book, right? Because there's 2 O's. So, like, broken, I can say broken. That gets the K out of the way. There's no L. I was going to say nimble. I can't say nimble there. There's no T. There's no L either. I could say nominate or nominal, but I can't do either. I don't want to give up on this, but I wonder if we've painted ourselves into a corner at the beginning here. Broken is a tough one to start off with. Well, it's a good one to start off with because the B might be challenging to end a word with. You don't usually end with a B. So maybe we should stay with this N. We can come up with N words, even if it's a small N word, because we end up going from this. We have 5 words. We have 4 more words left. We've got plenty. We could even do a smaller word. That's fine. No. Is newbie? Not a word. Okay. I think IE. Newbie. There we go. It was an IE. I was thinking it was a Y. There's no P. Endanger. Endear. I can't do the A though. EA. I can't do EA. How about that? Oh, I can't do dream. See, here I am thinking of all these words that are, letters on the same side. Well, dram is a word. Oh, but I can't do... Is that a word? dame. Okay. We just need to connect to the Y. Eddie has 2 D's in it. I wonder if we're going too fast. We might need to back up one. Is it just EDY? No, it's not. Let's remember the word dame. If we need to, we can come back to it. But I think we could go a little more sophisticated with this word. I've purposefully left this Y at the end because there are lots of words that end in Y. But I wonder if we need to throw it into the word somehow. Edamame. Is it edamame? I can't do that because it's all on the same side. I really like these first 2 words, broken and newbie. Oh, I thought of a good one, embark, but AR and MB can't go together. END. Maybe that is what we do. END. Drome. But then we're back to the I can't do. See, I need the Y too, though. Not a word. Drome. I'm reading a book right now with my kids that keeps mentioning aerodromes. It's Going Solo by Roald Dahl. You know, he wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and all that. He has an autobiography, part 2 of his autobiography. The first one was when he was just a child, called Boy, and then the second part of it was his experience in the Royal Air Force. Jerome. That is a good word. I'm just worried about spanning over to some of these others. We really should touch upon the A. And I can't do Maybe that's why I didn't do it before, because I can't go AR or RA. Can't just simply go like that. Okay, well, I mean, if we end up on the M, then M-A-Y, sure. That's an easy way. We kind of took an easy way there. That's okay. We had to do it in 5 words, and we did it in the 5. We took all 5. So if I scroll a little lower there, we can see I did broken, which led us to newbie, i.e. It's not a Y word. I was trying to get rid of the Y, which is probably better than I didn't do the Y at the end, because i.e. Y is a tough one to start with. And then end, and then dam, like a beaver dam, and then may. Cool. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Let's just recap a little bit. So the connections today was a real fun one. So let's admire our puzzle. Today's connections, the categories, we almost got them in kind of the intensity order, difficulty order. Catch-all terms. There's a blanket statement, or broad, general, umbrella. That's a catch-all term. To gasp, to heave, to pant, or to puff would be to breathe hard. Synonyms for rear end minus the last letter: arse, booty, butt, rump. That one threw me for one, because I'm going, ARS, what does that even mean? I don't want to say that word out loud, because then, that sounds like a euphemism for a rear end. Oh, wait, that is what it is. Sometimes those ambient thoughts as they come out, it's like, well, actually, maybe you should stick to that one, because that might be it. It's spelled a little differently, minus the last letter. Without the E, without the Y, without the T, and without the P, I guess. That's funny. Metaphors for easy things. Easy as ABC. 1, 2, 3. It was a breeze. It was a picnic. It was pie. That's great. Yeah, that was awesome. And then let's go to our the mini crossword. And we'll look at it in a good way. Cool, there we go. Okay, a notification, blank notification, which is an alert on your phone screen. That's a push notification. Push notification. The stocking stuffer, question mark. Stocking stuffer with a question mark at the end. The question mark means that it's like the answer's a stretch, or it's a funny answer, And this was Santa as the stocking stuffer. The hunter with the famous belt is the constellation Orion. A gas used to infuse some beer and coffee, for short. I'm going to have to read about this one, because I've seen it come up, I think, twice in the last month. Within the last probably 30 days, we've seen this one come up twice. Nitro. An 18-wheeler is a semi. The home of the Notre Dame Cathedral is Paris. Join forces to unite. Tempest is a storm. World capital whose name means between two rivers in Vietnamese. Hanoi. And a child with Roman numerals after his name, maybe. This is the sun, right? John the II. Peter the III. All right, and then we'll go to the Wordle. So if I place strands, if I go back to strands, it will want to start a new strand. And if we do letterbox, then it I don't think it wants to show you where you came from on the strand, on the letterboxed. But we can see the Wordle, so we'll show this one. We got it on the 4th guess today. My strategy is paying off. We've so far never missed the Wordle, which is awesome. Sometimes we have to get it at the bitter end, right at the 6th, but we get it. I've never got it on the first two. Never got it right on the first or the second. We got lucky on the third one time. And most of the time after we do our pretty good strategy here is to get it on the fourth, which is awesome. And sometimes we have to wait until the bitter end because we're just sort of trying to figure out letters and combinations. So my first strategy is to just kind of come up with a word, just whatever 5-letter word comes up into my head. And I write that and I deal with the consequences. And today it was drive. And with drive, it gave us the R and the I. And then so my second step of my strategy is to come up with a non-intersecting word, which in this case was plays. Non-intersecting meaning I try not to think of other words that also, use those first words, those first letters. The second word doesn't use you get what I mean. Dyslexia is kicking in. And then the next one was fount, F-O-U-N-T. That was another non-intersecting word. I'm trying to use as many letters as I can. And then that gave us, I already knew that there was a P and an R and an I. I also knew that there was an S, but they're all in the wrong place. So I sort of rearranged them in my head a little bit. I also knew there wasn't like an N or, gosh, all the vowels too, right? The I is somewhere, but there was no E, there's no A, there's no U, there's no O or a Y. So I'm like, gosh, the only glue that sticks this word together is going to be the I. So there's either two I's, maybe it's a duplicate, or perhaps it was just a combination of a couple of letters together. So I rearranged these in my head and I came up with SPR, like spring, sometimes two vowels or two consonants go together, and in this case 3 consonants went together for sprig. Cool. Well, this was fun, you guys. Thank you. I appreciate you coming by. Thanks for stopping in. We'll do the Wordle. I can't guarantee we'll do it in the morning, because if it were a regular school day like it will be tomorrow, we will already be halfway through first period. So we might have to do these maybe just right after I get home or something. We'll figure it out. We'll have some fun. But yeah, anyway, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you guys, and I will